Not all successful jewellers work on their jewellery business full-time. Tressa is a surgeon, working long hours already, and in the time in between she has built up some amazing skills as a jeweller and launched her own jewellery business. She shows how you don't always have to give up your day job to advance as a jeweller.
Hi, I'm Tressa and my jewellery business is called Russian Blue Jewellery. It was named after my cat, who is a Russian blue cat, and my jewellery business is making fine jewellery in mixed metal, so I tend to use a lot of silver with high carat gold, getting the colour contrast, and then also using contrasting textures and shapes with really nice gemstones. So I started jewellery as a hobby. My younger stepson, when he was 13, he was really into making knives and he wanted to build a forge in the garden. And so we took him on a kind of one-day blacksmithing course, and I just loved watching how metal moves, but I wasn't really a let's stand outside in the cold and get covered in coal type of person. So I thought, well, what can I do that's smaller? And I love jewellery, so I thought, wow, I didn't realise how jewellery was made until then, and the more I looked into it. So I started it as a hobby, went on a few courses and then got totally hooked, and then realised, well, I keep buying these tools and making this jewellery, what am I going to do with it all? And so that's where the business came from. My favourite tools are my Green Lion saw frame. I got it made in Paduke wood so that it matched the kind of Fretz hammers, and then I do love the pulse graver, not just for engraving but even for setting. It's just a really useful tool to have around. So I work full-time as a surgeon, and then I fit in the jewellery making and the business around that. When I was training to become a surgeon, there was so much kind of research and learning and exams, and so once I became a consultant I didn't have to do any more exams. I still had this desire to just keep learning and keep improving, and then I found jewellery and it became a real passion, and so the job's quite stressful, so having the jewellery and being able to take time and just make really precise, beautiful things has been a great outlet for me. So I think the thing I feel most good about is having learnt how to do pave. I think I've always seen jewellery in kind of high-end retail outlets and looking at all of that micro pave and going, oh my gosh, I can't imagine ever being able to do that or even knowing how to do that. So being able to learn that and now doing it, it's not perfect, but it's getting better all the time. That's probably my biggest achievement so far. I think my biggest struggle in the jewellery making journey so far has been finding time to make jewellery. So I've tried to dedicate, I work quite long days, but as a result I do get time off during the week, so I've tried to dedicate that to either the jewellery making or at the moment to the diploma and getting those projects done. So it's just finding that balance whilst also still seeing my family and friends. So what I love most when someone buys a piece of jewellery from me is their reaction. Beforehand, you just feel so nervous, like you're selling a kidney, and then when they actually open the box and usually really love what you've made, it's just such a good feeling. My experiences of the advanced diploma were just even better than I imagined. So having those regular Q&As with the technical teachers and then also having the one-to-ones with your technical mentors, getting that feedback and that reassurance. I think especially because it's not my main career, I've always had quite a lot of imposter syndrome about being a jeweller, and getting Hayley saying, yes, you are a professional jeweller and this work is at the standard that you could sell in a high-end shop, just made me feel amazing. What I love most about Jewellery Academy is the community. Jess has just created this environment where it doesn't matter if you've never picked up a saw before or if you're doing high-end jewellery. Everybody feels very included. You can ask any question and not be afraid to do so. And then on top of that, it's always developing. There's always new courses, new things being offered, like the coffee mornings, kind of getting that face-to-face interaction after all those years of COVID. It's just brilliant.